Hello, this is Beast McFeast, and we're going to do a tier list of the trending tickers on Wallstreet Bets for the month of March. Shout out to Swaggy Stocks for providing a tremendous amount of useful information. They don't sponsor this channel, but you might like the information, so I'll link to it in the comment section. Let's start at the top with Apple. On some days, Apple's volume it was greater than SPY, so I got to give it a 5 out of 5 on volume. It's incredible. Its price range from 150 to 179, so it's pretty low on price volatility compared to our other tickers here. Its growth compared to the sector median seems to have slowed down. I mean, Apple is huge. There's no debating that. It's a massive company. And they have a lot of cash on hand to acquire other companies, but they don't seem to be growing very quickly. And that, is a little concerning if we're looking to find a stock that's going to make some big swings so we can take advantage of some cool trades. Now, their return on assets compared to sector median is great. For what they have deployed in terms of assets, their return is huge. Apple is a strong A. Next, we have AMC. It's a meme stock for sure. I don't know if it has a ton of inherent value to it. I'm curious to see what it'll grow into. I'm not holding any shares right now simply because it keeps getting diluted, and that frustrates me. I think this thing probably would have hit $100 per share if it hadn't been so diluted aggressively. Most days, AMC's volume was in the 20 to 30 million range. During price spikes, though, there was a lot of FOMO, and the volume exploded to 4 to 5 times that. It was very liquid, very tradable. There's no problems there, except for if you're trading way out of the money options, which maybe you shouldn't be doing anyway. But that's a subject for another time. Price-wise, it ranged from $12.90 to about $34, which is a huge swing. A lot of people took advantage of the opportunity. Some Theta Gang people probably lost big on this. I've got to give it a B. The high volume and volatility really saved it here. All right, let's take a look at AMD. Volume is typically over 90 million daily, meaning it's incredibly liquid. You're not going to have an issue getting terrible fills if you have any kind of reasonable broker. Maybe consider getting off Robinhood if you're having an issue with that. Monthly, the price swung. Monthly, the price range was 101 to 123, which, isn't the greatest. It's not a huge swing. It's, compared to the other meme stocks, compared to most things, perfect. I mean, if you're compared to Berk B or Berk A, all right, it's massive. Growth compared to sector median was very respectable. It's growing at about 3.5 times the rate of other tickers in the sector, so that's good to see. There's a lot of upside potential to this. Now, where AMD really shines is return on total assets compared to the sector median. They must be super efficient because their return on assets is about 7 times what other tickers in the sector are. So that's remarkable. AMD is going to be our first S tier. Next, we have AMP. I had to look this one up because I don't trade it. I never even heard of it before. It's Ameriprise Financial. Somebody must have been pumping it on Wallstreet Bets because it kind of looks like a piece of crap. And again, never heard of it until, Swaggy Stocks said it was trending. And their information seems to be mostly accurate from my experience on the subreddit. So whatever, we're talking about AMP. Good for them. The volume is terrible. It's typically in the 50,000 range, making for wider markets and, borderline untradeable on some days. The price range from 258 to 316, which, isn't great. It's okay. Its growth compared to other tickers in this sector is below average. It's the first one on our list to be below average, and that's a problem. Given the volume and low growth, I might not mess with it. And then its return on assets compared to the sector is about right. So, that's not too concerning. It just doesn't help it any. AMP is a C. Amazon was popular this month. They announced a vote for a stock split, 20 to 1. And that's going to make it more tradable, which is good because its volume was really low, about 3 million. And that's probably due to a prohibitively high share price. A lot of people out there aren't buying $3,000 shares and swing trading them or day trading them. It's just not what they're interested in. That being said, if you did swing trade it or day trade it, the price range this last month from 26.71 to 34.16, about a 28% swing. Pretty comparable to what we saw with AMD. Now, this surprised me about Amazon. The growth year over year compared to the sector median, which is consumer discretionary spending was below average. So for whatever reason, consumer discretionary spending is outpacing Amazon's growth. Really surprised me. I gotta put Amazon in the B. Oh, that hurts to put it there with AMC. But that's where it goes when you look at the numbers. Next, we have Facebook, or Meta, because changing your name definitely makes people forget all the bad press about you. Whatever. The volume's typically above 23 million, so it's liquid, it's tradable. The swing in the past month on it was 185 to 230, meaning it's tradable. There was profit to be made here. It's pretty comparable to our previous few tickers. I don't know if I agree with it, but I'm going to follow the numbers on this and put Meta Facebook in the A. GameStop, another meme stock that might not have much inherent value. But then again, it might, it could be a QAnon level conspiracy, or it could be like MK Ultra level, which was totally true. I don't know. The volume on this ranged from 1 million to 24 million, which frequently resulted in wider markets than I'd like to see. The concern is that if you're trading out of the money options and the volume declines from 24 million to 1 million when you're in the middle of a trade, you might get trapped in a bad bid-ask spread, and it might be hard for you to close at a profit. So you'll be seeing a great mid in your spread and just be unable to close at the profit you're seeing, and that can be frustrating and a little concerning at times, especially with something that moves like this. The volatility on this was incredible. It moved from 77 to 190, only beaten by AMC on our list so far. We're talking about 147% change in price over the last month, which means a lot of opportunity was had here. If you're feeling bearish, there's still a lot of opportunity because it's currently hanging around 190. Now, where GameStop suffers is growth. Year over year, it's growing less than its competitors. I've got to put it at the C with this other stock. I don't even remember the name. AMP. This thing I'd never heard of that somehow is trading. Next, we have IBM. The volume's okay. Generally around 3.6 million. Not great, not terrible. The price range from 122 to 133, which is just a 9% swing. And that means there's less opportunity to be had here than any other ticker we've mentioned. Don't really know why this was trending on Wallstreet Bets. Swaggy Stocks doesn't tell me why it's trending. It just tells me like how many mentions it has and if people are bullish or bearish on it. And this, was getting a lot of attention, but not much came out of it yet. Maybe not much came out of it because of its terrible year-over-year growth compared to sector. It's just not growing as fast as its peers. It's growing a quarter the speed of its peers, and that's a real problem. This might be a dying company. Given the low swing, low volume, and everything else being bad, it's D. All right, we're up to Netflix. I love binge watching shows as much as the next person. Let's see how it does. Ooh, consulting the numbers. It's not good. It's really not good. Volume was 3 to 11 million, which is okay. Definitely tradable. Could be better, especially with the price it has. It can be a little difficult to trade. You'll find wider bid-ask spreads than you want to play with. The price swing was from 80 to 132, or 65% swing, so there's plenty of opportunity to be had there. Probably the best thing to be said about it. Its growth year over year was high. Again, it's going to be compared to a telecommunication company. So it crushes them. I mean, there's no way to say it's not going to crush AT&T, Verizon, all the other cell phone providers, and then various utility companies I can't even name. Given everything we're looking at here, it hurts me. I put Netflix in D. Next, we have NVIDIA. This has been a trending ticker on Wallstreet Bets for, it must be a year and a half, 2 years. It's been doing great. If you got into an NVIDIA in early 2020, good on you. The volume on it is huge. It, exceeds 36 million every day. The volatility, it's swung for 40% in the past month, which means there was plenty of opportunity to be had. And combine that with narrow bid-ask spreads, and you can efficiently take advantage of that market. Year-over-year growth, it's about 3 times its competitors within its sector. Return on assets is huge. It's about 6 times more efficient in this realm. Gotta put NVIDIA up around S tier. And given how long it's been popular on Wallstreet Bets, it's not surprising. And finally, we're at Tesla. I'm of mixed minds about Tesla. I think it's grossly overpriced, but then it keeps surprising me with its ability to grow production and build a hype around itself and collect an audience. I mean, Elon Musk pumps this so hard. The volume on Tesla was over 16 million and higher on green days. So there's a lot of FOMO going on, which isn't too surprising. People like winners and they want to hop aboard. A lot of bulls probably getting trapped too. The price swing was 47% in the past month, which is plenty to take advantage of. We gotta stick Tesla in A. So this is how we're looking for March 2022. Again, we looked at volume, volatility, growth, and return on assets for these things. We have a little bit about tradability and the health of the company. I find this to be a good mix to determine if I want to trade something, the upside or the downside. I mean, some of these things that are doing terrible might take some bearish positions on. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and check out these other videos for information on how to improve your trading and, quite simply, make more money. Bye!